sunshines. I hope you all are doing well. We are out here today. It's about 35 degrees for us here in Mass, and I'm going to get these tulip bulbs in the ground as promised. I actually was going to put them in one location, but I've decided on another location. I was going to actually put them in containers, and I still might put a few in containers, but I don't want to put that many in containers. But what I did realize is what I did wrong the last time that I used tulips and daffodils in containers. I put them in containers that I leave on the outside, which they froze. And when the tulip bulbs fully freeze and then unthaw, and that's when they get all that moisture locks in. That's when they rot, and that's what ended up happening with my tulip bulbs. And so if you're going to use a container, my understanding is you want to like stick it like in my shed, which is what I was going to do, but I found another place that I have left bare for some time, and so I'm going to stick them over here, and that's on the hillside garden. But before I do that, I also want to let you all know that Home Depot has their red pot sale 50% off. And so if you need any evergreens, any trees, you should head over there. I only got 3 things when I went there, 3 of these, one of the same thing. I got these juniper blue star. These are low growing, and they grow from between 24 to 36 inches in width, and they stay very low in height. It is my understanding, let me just double check. So they get about 36 inches to 24 to 36 inches in height and in width. So yeah, they stay very low to the ground. But what I really liked, and the reason I picked out this plant, is the color. Like, it is actually has these nice blue tones, so it's not like so green. And so as I look around my garden space and the things that I have, this is going to be a great addition to the garden. And what I did is I got 3 of these. I don't know, I might head back. We're not going to plant these up. We'll wait until the spring. But of course, what I'm going to do is add them to my flower bed over here until the spring. I'm going to get them nice and nestled in there with all the other plants that are doing fine. And so let's head over to the hillside garden where we're going to plant up these bulbs. And all I need for this task is a trowel, I believe. The little shovel. I've already kind of tested the soil, and I know it's not frozen, so works out perfect. We got our gloves on. Our hat is pretty chilly, but the sun's out, so it's not too bad. So I thought I would go ahead and get this done today. Let's go. So where I'm actually going to plant these tulips is inside these planters. I have neglected them since I pulled out the what did I have in here? I had pepper plants in here, and I had eggplant, and not that I won't add any of that again, but I didn't know what I was going to do with these planters. And so I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one right here is growing sage. And so each bag that I have of these tulips have 15 in them. Sorry about the shadow. Each bag have 15. So I'm thinking that this will hold 15. And then because there is, let's take a walk over here. Because there is sage, and we had some basil in here too, but the basil's dead, but the sage is mostly in front. I won't put 15 bulbs in here, but maybe I can fit 10, and then I'll figure out what to do with the other 5. Maybe I'll just add another one to each of these. And so there's 4 of these, and so that's where I'm going to go ahead and stick those tulips. I think it would be a nice addition to this area. Adding those tulips, and in the spring they will come up and look great. And so let's get to it. I have the bulbs over here in a bag. We talked about them already briefly, but this is the color combo that we're having in the garden this year. There's 15 purple, and then it says there's 15 altogether. There's purple and pink collection. That looks purple to me, but I guess it can be pink. But that dark purple is so pretty. And these were also 50% off at the Home Depot. So because I pass by the Home Depot, I can frequent it a lot, even though the blue store is still considered to be my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna set you all up and I'm gonna get these bulbs in the ground. The other thing I know I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to pick up this. Look like it fell already. This trellis with this rose. I'm going to go ahead and have to probably take that down until the spring because I think it's gonna fall again. I'm gonna see what I can do with that. But anyways, let's get these tulip bulbs in the ground. Actually, oh my gosh, I only have 4, so I can only do 4 containers. Oh, even though I said that out loud, I literally said I have 4 boxes and 5 containers. I don't know, but I can always go and grab another box if I want, which I probably will. Ugh, just to add. So that container, like I picked these up and didn't know where I was gonna. Well, I had a plan, as you all know, and I'm changing it as I tend to do. But that planter right there, what I'll do is I'm gonna pick up another box, and I don't want this container that has the sage in it to be, out of the loop. So let me just get these planted up, and then we'll have to do that another day. Let's see where I get with these. I'm gonna start at the top, and the roses keep snagging me. And there is a particular lady that I follow. I can't think of her name right now, but she is hilarious, and she's in Mass too. And what she does is she just makes a hole and dumped her tulip bulbs in the ground. And she doesn't worry about, whether they're upright or not, because as she states, the tulips will figure out how they need to grow. And if you can't see me, I'm just pulling the leaves from the top of the soil. But because I want these to be a certain way, I'm going to make sure that the tulip bulbs are facing the direction I want them to face. I don't want to just toss them in here. I'm going to just strategically place them. Had to take the gloves off. Just going to take the leaves and put them to the side. And as you can see, the soil is workable. And as you can see, the tulips are already doing their thing. Like they're already, they know what time it is. So we just put a hole, stick it down in there. That's it. Take the leaves, put them back on top. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, we're done. The other one over there, that's the first one that I did where you guys probably couldn't see me. Not sure until I look back at the footage. But that one's done. That's all done. Okay, let's go get these junipers tucked away. So I'm going to take these junipers and tuck them right here and add them to my collection. And remember, the soil in the flower pots, like in this garden bed, is more protected, so it's more loosened than the soil might be in the ground for me right now. I'm really not sure. I haven't tested to see if I can stick a shovel in the ground because I'm not sticking in a shovel in the ground today. But the interesting thing is we do have a warm up that's about to happen. So I say they won't go in the ground until spring, but just I gotta give some thought to where I want some of these plants that I'm stashing. But I know I want in a garden. So when I get a deal, I'm going to make sure that looks good. Oh, I almost forgot that I need to take this trellis down because I don't want it to break. The other thing I might as well do is, while I'm out here, is get my pruners. I thank God for my grandmother. She just turned 84 years old and she was outside. She told me, I went outside and I cut back my roses. And I said, you did? I said, well, I was going to wait until the spring. I said, I was going to, cut them down a little bit. And she advised me to go ahead and cut the roses back. So I'm still not going to give them a hard cut, but I am going to cut some of these canes. I don't know. I need to look at the time frame when roses are supposed to go to sleep or not, because they're not asleep. But let me grab my pruners. So I'm going to start with this rose, and it literally has new shoots and everything, but I don't know. I really want a nice strong rose next year. So I know I already pruned these with you all on a video before, but I'm going to go ahead and, like, this is a new shoot. Like, go ahead and just cut it back. And I'm going to just leave all the debris right there on the ground, but I don't want them to get damaged. And we had some strong winds. And then there's a lot of these little spindly ones. I guess I'll just leave those to the spring and make decisions on those. But I think that's better. Brought it down a little. So you saw how tall that was. So I'm going to go around and do the same thing with the others. This one needs to come down. It holds up the roses so nicely, but I don't want it to get ruined. I'm going to put it in the shed. Definitely want to cut that one down. I think that's a good cut until the spring. Okay. I'm not cutting them any particular way. Don't judge me if I'm doing this all wrong, but try not to get stuck. This one seems fine. This trellis, at least. I think that one's good. Here was the weakest one out of the bunch, so I hope it comes back a little stronger next year. Let's just get that cane off. I don't know why it didn't do as well as the other ones. It was in the beginning, but I don't know. So hopefully next year it'll come back stronger. But for now, I think that's good enough on all of them. I'm going to grab this trellis so we can put it in the shed because it's not metal and I don't want it to break. So let's do that. It out all the way and I'm going to put it over there by the shed. I'll put it back up because it's going to actually just lay it down right there in the garden. Get out of there, Mr. Brown. Yes. Perfect. We'll just leave it down on the ground until next year. Pull this big branch away. We have a big old branch down. We have a few big branches down, but this one's damaging the plants actually. Okay, get that out of here. Thanks, son. And a part of me is thinking maybe I should take them all down, but I'll make that decision on that warm day maybe when the other ones are easier to get out. But I think we got a lot done today. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I warmed up, and so if I had more to do, I would do it, but I didn't plan for more to do today. I'm gonna go spend some time with my family. It is a Saturday, so I'm gonna go spend some more time with them and get out of this cold. Even though I'm warmed up, I don't want to get sick either. So let me grab the other thing is I didn't water in the bulbs because the bulbs, the soil was already moist because we had so much rain the other day, and it's going to be raining this week, so I'm not going to water the bulbs in. So that's it. So I'm going to gather my things. I'm going to go inside, and I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment and chat with me over in the comment section. I appreciate you all for being here. Also, oh my gosh, thank you all for helping me to reach 400 subscribers. Thank you. We are at 400 subscribers. I hope we just keep going. But I want to grow this platform authentically. I don't want to just make people be here. I want people that will actually be here, that will interact. So thank you so much for being here, and please interact with me and I'll interact back. Okay, that's all for today. Blessings. Bye. 400.